So I've been thinking about this word that we throw around a lot. Freedom. Beautiful word, right? Freedom. Makes you want to put your hand over your heart and shed a patriotic tear. We love freedom. We are freedom. We've got freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom to pursue happiness. As long as you do it between the hours of 9 to 5 with the proper permits after completing 12 years of state-mandated education, and ideally in a way that generates taxable income. But yeah, super free, right? It's kind of like when someone says they love you unconditionally. It's beautiful, right? Unconditional love. No strings attached. Your love for just simply being. Unless you don't love them back. Then you go to hell. Which, I don't want to nitpick, but that feels like a condition. I love you no matter what. As long as you do the right things, follow the right rules, and don't ask too many questions. But other than those conditions, totally unconditional. But we do this with everything. Take school. We say education is about developing your potential, helping you become your best self, and finding your passion. Which is why when you're 7 years old and you say, I want to be an artist, every adult in your life has a mild panic attack.
Oh, sweetie, that's wonderful. But what's your backup plan? For when things don't work out. Have you considered accounting?
Because nothing says follow your dreams like immediately preparing them to fail. Here's what's wild. We spend years, 12, 16, sometimes 20, in the education system. And all that time they teach you algebra and the year the Treaty of West Philadelphia was signed. But somehow they never got around to teaching you how to do your taxes, how to recognize manipulation, what a mortgage actually is, how to cook something that isn't ramen, or literally any skill you'll use after graduation. But don't worry, you know the mitochondria is in the powerhouse of the cell. So when you're 30, broke, and emotionally unregulated, at least you'll have that. You know what they do teach you? How to sit still for 8 hours. How to ask permission to use the bathroom. How to accept that someone else decides what you learn, when you learn it, and whether you learned it correctly, and how to perform tasks you don't care about to earn gold stars from authority figures. Which, weirdly, is perfect if you want to work in a cubicle for 40 years. Oh, wait. I think they call that preparing for the real world. But here's the thing. They are the real world. They're not preparing you for some external reality. They're preparing you for their reality. The one where you don't ask too many questions. Because the real world, the one outside the system, that world rewards creativity, independent thinking, people who can solve problems no one's seen before. The system rewards obedience, and then we wonder why so many people feel like something's off. I had this realization the other day. You know how we're told that we live in a free market? That you could do anything, be anyone, right? It's totally true. As long as you have the right degree, from the right school, that you paid with money you don't have, so you can get a job you probably don't want, to pay off the debt you went into, to get the degree, to get the job that you may not even get. But other than that, limitless possibilities, right? Here's the part that gets me. When I wanted to be a kid, I wanted to be an actor. I loved it. The storytelling, the transformation, you know, bringing a character to life. And every adult I told looked at me with pity.
That's nice, honey. Very creative. But what are you going to do for money?
As if the only thing that matters is whether something's marketable, not whether it makes you come alive, not whether it contributes to something meaningful, not whether it's the thing you were clearly built to do. It's just, can you sell it? And if you can't sell it, if it doesn't fit the little box of practical careers, then it's a hobby. A cute little side thing that you do after your real work is done. Which is insane. Because we've built a world where the things that make us human, art, creativity, connection, play, those are luxuries. But sitting in traffic to get to a job that you hate so you can buy things you don't need, that's the dream. I think that the biggest lie we're told is that we're supposed to fit in, that there's a right way to live, a correct path, and if you deviate from it, you're irresponsible, unrealistic, naive. That's me. But the people who actually change things, who create things that matter, they're the ones who said, yeah, I'm not doing that. And they went their own way. The system doesn't like that, though. Because if everyone could realize they could just opt out, do their own thing, follow what actually lights them up, then who's going to sit in cubicles? So here's my question for you. What did you love before someone told you that it wasn't practical? What did you want to do before someone told you that it wasn't realistic? Because I'm starting to think that realistic means gave up, and responsible means too scared to try. Maybe the most radical thing you can do is just be honest with what you actually want. Not what you're supposed to want. Not what's practical. Just what's true. And if that destabilizes things, good! Some things need to be destabilized. Anyway, that's my TED Talk. And remember, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.